Okay, today's the day. We add some sparkly vinyl to this lady's Mustang here.
Finally adding our own personal touch to it so it's not as basic. Trying to get it to kind of replace my flooded car.
Yeah, this car just has too much blue. We got to break it up a little bit. So that's what we're doing in today's video. Of course, Miss Heather here has to get the most metallic glittery stuff she could find. So we're going to do some accent pieces on the hood here and around the front grille, down the side rocker panel area, a little bit on the rear spoiler, and then the rear fender. Figured we'd have you guys follow along so you can see how I do this, so you can learn how to do graphics on your own car by yourself. So let's show you what we got. Okay, so we went to metrorestyling.com. You can also go to fellers.com and you can pick out whatever color vinyl that you want. This is by Avery Dennison. I'd suggest Avery Dennison 3M or Oracal. Those are the three best vinyls. You can order this in a 60-inch wide roll by however many feet that you need. So we went ahead and got 12 feet. We're probably not going to need 12 feet, but we wanted to make sure we have a little extra left over in case I mess up, or in case we decide we want to wrap something else after the fact, after this job is done. So Heather's just going to kind of film the process while I do it, and I'll just kind of make this quick little video but explain what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And maybe you can learn to do this yourself and then save yourself some money by taking it to a shop. So let's go.
And what is that for?
So this is 3M knifeless tape. Basically what we're going to do is lay this down. It's basically a dental floss with a little bit of a plastic layer on it. We're going to lay this down on the car in the shape that we want to have our vinyl to end up being. So we want to accentuate some of the body lines. So we're going to do the side little piece of the hood here on both sides, and this will match your old car that you like so much. So basically what you have to start out doing first is make sure the surface is really nice and clean, which Heather did that earlier by washing it. And then we're just going to take this knifeless tape and we're going to lay it down here. So this will be the edge of our vinyl stripe. We're just going to lay this down. You might have to have a little bit of practice to get this right because you need a steady hand. But I have done this thousands of times as a career, so it's pretty normal for me to just go ahead and start laying this down. And I'm just making sure I'm evenly spaced from the edge of that hood the whole way down.
I would have thought it would have to go all the way to the edge, but I'm gonna trust the artist.
Exactly. Trust your husband, ladies. Trust your husband. And then just a blade. Cut that and leave a little bit of extra to hang down, because I'll show you why after that. Now we're gonna do another line here to represent the other edge of the stripe that we're gonna be putting. Now you want to go, how far do you want to go? You don't want to go all the way up to this body line here, right? You want to stay down here a little bit.
I guess stay with the curve so it would stop right
Yeah, so
there.
there's not really a body line here. So we're going to have to basically eyeball this. So we're going to basically go probably about here up to here. So I'm just going to repeat the process. So it's very similar to laying pinstripe. You can do it the way I did the first line, or you can just kind of gradually place it down. Once you're comfortable that you got a nice straight line, and you can cut this one, and then just use your finger and push that down. Make sure it's firmly placed on the surface of the car.
And then do you peel that off afterwards, or does that stay under the vinyl?
So we're gonna place the vinyl on top of this, and then we're gonna pull this string up through the vinyl. It's gonna leave it a nice straight cut edge. So this is knifeless tape. So basically this will pull up through the vinyl, leaving a nice straight edge. That way you're not placing a metal blade cutting through the vinyl and risking going into the paint of your car.
Good idea.
So the other thing that we're gonna do now is she wants a couple of little breaks in the vinyl to create a little bit of a dashed line here. So I'm using some masking tape, which is 1 inch, and I'm basically just gonna try to match a curve similar to this angle right here, and then we're just gonna kind of place a piece like that. And then the first side I'm going to eyeball up, the other side I'm going to have to measure this one so I get it identical on the other side. So we're just going to lay this tape something like that. We're going to do like 3 breaks in this vinyl. And I want the pieces to get smaller as it goes back to towards the windshield. Right, so something like that. So we'll have one big solid piece of silver here, a gap, another piece of silver, a gap, another piece of silver, a gap, and another piece of silver.
And then in my last one, it was opposite, right? We had the spaces there, and then it stayed straight.
Yeah, so we can do one more if you want. So
no, I think I like the 3.
Okay, so 3 gaps. Each section will get a little bit smaller as they go back. Okay, now you can see the reason why I put the tape down here. I laid my piece of tape down. I made sure this measurement to this point is equal to this point, so they're spaced evenly. Masking tape is here just so I can get a nice parallel line with my knifeless tape, because this will be my gap in between the silver vinyl. So you can see I laid the knifeless tape down on each side of this masking tape, so I know it's perfect. If you're doing a solid stripe down the hood of your car, you're not going to have to worry about this. This is just, we're doing a little extra. So then what we did was cut a piece of this vinyl that's thick enough to cover this section. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and then I'll show you how to cut it.
Oh, it's sparkling in the sun.
It is sparkly, yep. So get the squeegee. I also have one tattooed on my arm. Kind of like that. Different color though. This was a huge part of my life at one point. Heather knows.
Before you learned to paint on walls.
Before I started doing murals, yeah. So it's going to start by peeling a couple inches of this backing paper off of the vinyl. Then we're going to make sure we bring it down as far as where we want, just overlapping the knifeless tape on all sides. So we're going to just have to peel up a little bit more of this backer. Just get a little bit stuck down. I'm going to peel a little bit of the backer at a time. Just kind of pull any little wrinkles and tension out of it. And then we'll just start squeegeeing this down. The vinyl is very forgiving, so if you get a little bit of a wrinkle in it, it's going to be okay. It's going to push out. This isn't like an old school sticker where if you get air bubble under there, it's trapped. It's going to push out.
So those little dent marks aren't going to make a difference?
The dent marks?
In the vinyl, like it looks like it's crinkled there. Okay.
No. You just want to kind of push from the middle to the outer edge. So you're pushing the air out. It's going to look awesome. You're gonna hear a lot of saws and drills in the background, unfortunately, because a lot of people are rebuilding their houses from all the hurricanes that we had. So sorry about the construction noises. So I'm just gonna go through and make sure this is pushed down nice and tight against that knifeless tape. You get a little bit of a wrinkle situation here, you can just pop it up a little bit. Kind of just pull the slack out of it and just squeegee it down. You can also hear our dog in the background whining like a baby in the house. Separation anxiety is out of control. I think that's a German Shepherd thing. I don't know. It seems like German Shepherds
Yeah,
are
but
big,
he's
whiny
spreading
babies.
it to our Yorkies.
Our Yorkie is now picking up on it and adding to the whining. All right. Okay, so the next step, since I laid these pieces down second, these pieces are on top of this piece. We have to pull these first. Because if we don't, then we're going to pull that knifeless tape up by accident. So you just got to make sure the edges are pushed down nice and tight. And bring it in close. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to fold it over a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of pull some of that green plastic off, and then you can see the string is exposed right there. I'm going to grab that string away from that plastic. I'm going to just kind of hold onto the edge here and pull that.
Oh wow. I didn't expect that. Just cut right through it.
Yep. So it eliminates you having to use an X-Acto blade on your paint. Alright, so then we'll grab the excess green plastic from that line from out from underneath the vinyl on both sides. Make sure you get it all and it'll peel up like that. And you can peel your masking tape away and you're left with a nice, clean, perfect edge.
Wow.
So I'm going to continue this process on this side, and then I'm going to move on to the other side, and then we'll jump into another section of the car. So there's the first stripe. Kind of gives a little bit more of that muscle car look. You kind of see these stripes, I believe, in like Chargers and stuff like that a little bit more, but Heather really likes it and it's kind of fun to do. So we got two matching stripes on the hood now. It does look really nice. It's very glittery metallic. Hopefully that's coming out on the camera. Yep, there we are. It looks really good, not gonna lie. Alright, so now we're gonna jump back here and I'm gonna do the top edge of the spoiler. And then we're gonna do the side right here, all the way down to the door crack. And then after that's all done, we're going to jump down here and do the lower portion of this door right above the rocker panel there, or the side skirt, whatever you want to call it. So it's looking a lot better already. Okay, basically same process here on the spoiler. I'm just following this top body line with the knifeless tape. Carefully follow that curve. Make sure it's pushed down nice and firm against the body. Leave a little extra hanging over here. That way, when after the vinyl's applied, you have enough slack to grab a piece and get that thread started. Okay, there's the spoiler. Just that upper edge, and then wrap it around all the way to the base here. The spoiler's very small, so it almost blends in with the car, so now it kind of stands out a little bit. Much, much nicer. And the wife's happy, so happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I like it too. Nice. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the sides. Okay, the side here I'm just kind of making up as I go, but I do want it to follow this curved body line and then the straight body line below it. So I'm just using a little masking tape right now just to kind of get a visual to see where it's gonna look the best. I think something like that is gonna work good. And then we'll have our 3 dashed lines towards the back, just like the hood. Okay.
So gunshots or
A lot
fireworks?
of gunshots in the distance.
Jeez.
Where's my squeegee?
Right under your rag here.
It's gonna go a little bit farther than the door seam. And if we don't like it, we can trim that portion off.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. But my brain doesn't work the way yours does, so.
Alright. I think this is gonna look really good. Gotta remember, there won't be a single other Mustang that has this.
That'll make me feel better.
Not a single one. It's a Punchy's Garage custom job here. And we gotta come up with a name for your car. So if you're watching this and you're good at coming up with names, drop them in the comments. And after you do that, hit subscribe or a thumbs up. All right. So separate the green and the thread. And then if you don't have sweaty hands, you'll be able to pull that, but I do have sweaty hands, so. That's why you always want to leave enough extra hanging out so that you have enough to grab. See, my hands are sweaty, so it's like hard to grab that thread. Damn sweaty fingers. So I'm just kind of wrapping it around this just to give me a little bit of grip here. This one should be easier because it's a little bit longer piece taken out. Okay. Okay, and then last but not least, the top and the bottom of the stripe. So, fun fact, when you're pulling it through and you're getting ready to slice into a new fresh piece, it's always best to just hold your finger on there. It holds that vinyl down while it gets that first little piece torn, so it doesn't want to lift up or bunch up on you. And we'll go back, do the lower one. Remember that green piece of plastic that's on that string is going to be cut in half, so you want to make sure you get both halves of that. Don't leave it hidden underneath your vinyl because the vinyl won't stick.
Such a quick transformation once you pull that off.
Yep. Makes it a lot easier than trying to cut it with a blade. Right, and then just push down your edges really nice and firm so that they're really stuck. And last but not least, you want to make sure you cut the door seam here if you're overlapping a door. So I just take the side of my blade and I run it along the edge of the door. Make sure your blade's nice and sharp.
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Okay. Well.
Do you want me to get the keys?
Nope. So just do that, and then the other side, we'll just use a squeegee and push in. That's it. So what do you think, wifey?
It looks good.
Did everything that you hoped for?
Yeah, I just wish the sun was shining a little more so I could see the glitter better, but
Yeah.
I know it'll sparkle a lot. Can I be a perfectionist?
Yeah.
This one right here just kind
Slopes
of
down a little bit.
bugs me a little bit. Just a hair.
So an easy way to do that is just take a piece of tape,
Oh, there you go.
follow that. Nice sharp blade, just lightly follow the edge of the tape. And then lift that up, and then it's fixed. I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
You gained about 40 to 50 horsepower just by doing
Oh,
this.
yeah, it's faster now,
Yeah,
huh?
it's definitely gonna be faster. Now we just gotta match the other side. I mean, we'll probably call it a day on that.
Yeah, you can always add more if...
You can always add more. Just look at it for like a week or two, see if it grows on you, decide if you want to add more somewhere. But the key is not making it too much, you know. Hope not. Okay, she's thinking about starting her own YouTube channel, possibly based around the car and some other things. So she needs a name. So maybe everybody should drop a name idea in the comments and maybe she'll pick it.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll do a channel. Maybe she won't. But hey, at least she's thinking about it. I think it's something that she should pursue. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give it a like. See you next time.